Responsibility is something that we in the human society hate. We are perpetually escaping from life, escaping from responsibility, and we love to live in denial, suppression, disownership of what reality is, right? Humans are literally famous for walking around blind, walking around out of reality, walking around in pretend realities. That's why we're the species that made film, that made books, that creates entire fantasy lands like Harry Potter to live in all day. You don't see a cat or a horse or a dolphin creating alternate realities to live in, right? No, you see humans that need to escape their life. You see humans spending so much time on the television and doing drugs and alcohol and things like this because we need to escape the life that we have created for ourselves. We are so unhappy, so perpetually upset at the life that we have created for ourselves that we have to actually escape from it on a regular basis. And so I'm here to talk about responsibility to you today because it's going to change your life. Responsibility means total, radical ownership of your life, your reality, who you are. A lot of people escape from responsibility because they are terrified that it's a bad thing. They're terrified of societal shame. They're terrified that if they realize something's wrong with them, then they're going to feel shame, that somebody's going to shame them, that somebody's going to punish them, that somebody's going to get mad at them, because that's what our parents did to us as we were children, right? Whenever we had to take responsibility for something as children, we had two extremes, right? You either had parents who never, ever, ever, ever made you take responsibility for your life or anything, and they pretty much just ignored you and gave you zero containment because they were afraid of ever upsetting you. Or you had the parents that liked to literally shove your face in every little thing that you did wrong, every little thing you did that made them unhappy, right? And so we were taught that taking responsibility was this scary thing, right? We have so much trauma around how our parents reacted to us, how society reacted to us when something happened where we had to take responsibility. And it was always this thing that was like, oh, this is so bad and this sucks. And so we learned it was this bad thing that we fear, and we get sweaty and our breathing gets heavy when we feel like we have to take responsibility for something, because we feel like ownership is this thing associated with shame and punishment and being bad and wrong, right? We need to start owning that shame is a mechanism created by society to control us. And we need to actually start becoming comfortable with our own shame and our own fear in order to take responsibility for our life. Because the truth is that life is about polarity, that life is about the good and the bad, that everybody has the good and bad here, there, and to the moon and back. And so who are you if you ignore that? If you ignore the responsibility of your polarity, of your shadows, of your light, right? If you're not taking ownership of your life, responsibility of your life, if you're not in reality with where your life is, then guess what? You're at a disadvantage to actually making changes in it. When we are blindfolded and walking through life, we can't make changes in our life. We can't take ownership of our life. We can't make life better and more worth living, right? We can't speak up. We can't make changes. We can't make a difference. The greatest humans on this planet have been great because they took radical responsibility over their own life or a specific movement that they found inspiring or that they thought was important, right? They got into total radical reality with their life, and they took total radical responsibility for it. They took total ownership total containment over who they were. Because if you don't take responsibility for what life you're living and for how you're living it, then who the hell is living your life? Are you living or are you walking through it? So here's how to take responsibility for your life. Stop right now and look around. Take in where you are in this moment, how you emotionally feel, what your surroundings are, what the circumstance is of your life in this moment. Step 2. Breathe in, breathe into your body, and take account of every inch of your body, what your ankles feel like, what your knees feel like, and just thank every inch of your body for being your body. Take a look in the mirror and really just look at your face and really be in reality with your body. Now it's time to be in reality with how you treat that body. What is your body saying to you? Is your body speaking to you? How can you be in reality and take ownership over your relationship with your body and what you're putting in your body and how much sleep your body is getting? How you feel about your body, how you speak to your body in those moments and hours throughout the day. Now it's time to take a reality check. I want you to just literally make a pie chart of health, of environment, relationships, emotional health, mental health, and action and choices that you are making in your life and in your reality. I want you to, in this pie chart, just write things that come to you. Write things that are relevant to the reality check of these categories in your life. What is real about these categories in your life? Okay. And now I want you to write down how you feel about all this. How you feel after taking responsibility. How are you feeling in this moment? Any aspect of you that is not feeling good, which by the way is normal, right? Here's the thing, is that we are humans that are constantly evolving, and a lot of the time we forget to celebrate when we up level. And so no matter all the good things about us, we're constantly like, oh, but this needs to be different, this needs to be different, this needs to be different, this and this and this, right? So it's normal that you probably, when taking responsibility and doing that reality check, you're like, oh God, there's so much that needs to be different. Breathe. Breathe. Now, ask yourself in this moment, how do I take total radical ownership and responsibility for my life from this moment on? What is a simplified way of breaking down the response to responsibility in my life at this time? What do I want to take responsibility and ownership for? That means that saying 10 million things for every category in your life, you're not going to commit to that. It's going to overwhelm you, right? Simplify. What is a simplified version of the person who takes responsibility for their life in these areas and makes a difference and change? Respond to the responsibility. That means to really digest how best to take action and choice based on the responsibility and ownership you want to take in this moment. I just want you to know that whatever your reality is, the most important part is that you continue to revisit the truth of where you are. I want you to know that taking responsibility and ownership over your life is the same as taking power over your life, is taking your power back over your life. Because whenever we're in reality, whenever we're taking ownership and responsibility of our life, we are in our power. We're able to do something with our life. We're able to be connected to the reality of our life and therefore take action and do something with it. So continue to revisit responsibility on a daily basis. And if you're having issues with the idea of responsibility, I highly invite you to check out a completion process practitioner or someone who's trained in parts work like myself to work on the childhood trauma and the beliefs surrounding responsibility so that you can find that resistance and allow yourself to take your power back. Anybody who is in their power, anybody who wants to take power and control over their life in a good way, has ownership and responsibility over that life. I'm sending you all so much love. Thanks for listening.